Good morning. In my last class, I was talking about Kirchhoff's laws. Okay, there I was talking about Kirchhoff's point law or current law, that is KCL. Again, I was talking about KVL, that is Kirchhoff's voltage law or Kirchhoff's mesh law. Okay, there I was talking about the statement of both the laws. Then after that, I was justified how the Kirchhoff's point law or that is current law is justifying the statement of the Kirchhoff's current law, that is KCL. Again, I was discussing about the justification of KVL, okay, by assuming some circuits and on the circuit, okay, how the Kirchhoff's voltage law is satisfied there according to the statement of the Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, so just for 1 minute discussion, okay, for my previous class discussion, because today I want to continue my Kirchhoff's current Kirchhoff's laws, okay, that is KCL and KVL, because the theory part already I have covered in my last class. But in this class, actually I want to continue with some numericals on Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law. So for that I have to continue again this topic. So for your refreshment, okay, I want to just talk about 1 or 2 minutes for Kirchhoff's point law or KCL or KVL also. Okay, so as per our previous discussion, okay, what is Kirchhoff's law, okay, or what is KCL. So already you know that according to Kirchhoff's current law or Kirchhoff's point law, the statement was any in an electrical network or in any electrical network, the algebraic sum of the currents meeting at a point or a junction is zero. Okay, and there we have justified the statement of the KCL. Okay, by assuming this circuit, okay, this network of this node, okay, that is I was calling here the node is that is A. This is also here in this circuit, that is the node. The point is nothing but that is your junction or node A. Okay, so at that point, okay, by considering the point A, we have justified that the incoming current to the node or to the junction is equal to the or the algebraic sum of the incoming currents is equal to the algebraic sum of the outgoing currents, or the net current, okay, on a point or meeting at a point is zero. Okay, the algebraic sum of the current at a meeting at a point is zero according to Kirchhoff's current law. Okay, we have verified in our last class this statement. Now also we have verified our KVL. Okay, there also what was the statement, Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, the statement was what? The algebraic sum of products of currents and resistances in each of the conductor in any closed path or mesh in a network plus the algebraic sum of the EMFs in that path is zero. So this is this was our statement. Okay, that is Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, so according to voltage law, suppose we are writing the mathematical way, then I told you the sum over IR is equal to, okay, whatever the according to mathematics, how can I write the KVL can be written as that is sum over IR plus sum over EMF, electromotive forces, the sum over of electromotive forces, the resultant will be zero. So according to Kirchhoff's voltage law, I can write this, that is sum over IR plus sum over EMF is zero. Okay, so this is our statement of Kirchhoff's voltage law or Kirchhoff's mesh law, that is KVL. So these things we have discussed briefly in our previous class, and also I was talking there the sign convention. Okay, because when we have to talk about the Kirchhoff's law, that basically Kirchhoff's voltage law, and we are trying to solve the Kirchhoff's by applying we are trying to solve the network equations or networks by the help of Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, then we are depending upon the sign conventions. We are assuming some sign or of current and all that, so or EMF. So accordingly we have to give some sign of battery EMF. So again we have to understand the sign of higher drop. Okay, those things I was discussing briefly in my last class. Okay, so now come to discuss some numericals on our Kirchhoff's laws. Okay, so come to numericals. So come to this numerical. This is our numerical. First I have to talk about this numerical. So as per the question, the question is solve the following two simultaneous equations by method of determinants. That is, the equation is 4i1 minus 3i2 is equal to 1. Again the next equation was that is 3i1 minus 5i2 is equal to 0. So we have to solve these two equations according to determinants by the method of determinants. Okay, so then accordingly we have to consider some after solving this question, then we will solve some in our next questions. We will solve some networks, direct networks of electrical, and there we will find the current and all that. Okay, according to our unknown quantities. What are the unknown quantities I want to solve there? So I will solve for the unknown quantities by the help of Kirchhoff's voltage law, and they are obviously, when we will write the equations from the network by applying the Kirchhoff's voltage law, so we have to solve the equations, and for the solving of the equations we may take the help of determinants. Okay, so for that in this question actually directly I am taking two equations, and according to these two equations by the help of the method of determinants I want to solve these two equations. Okay, so coming for our solution now. Okay, coming for the solution of this question, so we know that the matrix form of the equation is, okay, according to the question. So that is, the question is given in the question two equations are given. The first equation is 4i1 minus 3i2. Solution, and for that question I am doing the solution here. The question is 4i1 minus 3i2, okay, is equal to 1. Again the next question was 3i1 minus 5i2 is equal to 2. So these two are the two equations. I want to solve these two equations by the help of method of determinants. Okay, so now coming to solve these two equations, so I can write according to the question. I can write now the matrix form of the equation. I can write now first. So the matrix form of the equations can be written as I'm writing the matrix form of the equation first. That is 4 minus 3 minus 5. Okay, again it will be multiplied with i1 and i2. So it will be what? The magnitude is 1 and 2. Okay, so this is the matrix equation, matrix form of the equations which are given in the question. Okay, so for now I want to solve this equation as per our or by the help of determinant method. So from this matrix, okay, first I want to calculate the del. Okay, so for del I can write, now I am proceeding the method of determinants. Okay, so for del I can write that is 4 minus 3. This is the determinant I am writing. 4 minus 3, again 3 minus 5. Okay, so this is a 2 by 2 determinant. Okay, so when I want to solve this, so I can write I have to multiply these two, then I have to multiply these two. Okay, then I have to take the difference between these. Okay, so when I have to solve this in form of determinant, so I can write here that is 4 into minus 5. Okay, then minus, that is minus 3 into 3. Okay, so that bracket close. So what will the value? So that is 4 into minus 5, that is equal to minus 20, minus minus, that is plus 9. So what will be the value? That will be minus 11. So the del will be the value of del will be minus 11 now. Now I want to find out del 1. Okay, next one is I have to find out del 1. So when I have to write when I have to find out the determinants for del 1, so I can write that is in the first column I have to take 1 and 2. Okay, and then the next column will be as it is, that is minus 3 and minus 5. Okay, so when I will solve del 1, when I will try to solve del, this is not matrix form, again I am writing, this is the form of determinant. So I can write del 1 as in form of determinant. I can write 1, 2, then that is minus 3 and minus 5. So this is the determinant. So from determinant, for the solving of this determinant, I can solve in this way, that is this minus this. So it will be what? 1 into minus 5 minus 3 into 2. Okay, so what will the value? So that will be minus 5 plus that is 6. Okay, so the resultant of del the del 1 will come as what? Direct 1. Okay, so after calculation the value of del 1 will come as 1. Then I want to calculate for the del 2 then. Okay, so there I have to put the value of 1 and 2 at the second column, and the first column will be as it is. Okay, so now I am writing the determinant of del 2. Okay, so that is del 2 will be, when I am writing the determinant of del 2, so it will be 4 or 3 and 1 and 2. Okay, again I am writing for del 2. So for del 2 I can write that is 4. The first column will be as it is, that is 4 and 3, and similarly the next column will be taken as 1 and 2. Okay, when I have to calculate del 2, so 1 and 2 I am writing here. So this is the determinant. So when I have to find out the solution of this determinant, then I can multiply these two. Then I have to multiply these two, and I will take the difference between these two. So I can write that is 4 into 2 minus 1 into 3. Okay, so what is the value now? So it will be 4 into 2, that is 8, minus 3. So it will become as, the resultant will become as 5. So this is the value of del 2. So now I want to calculate the, what is our aim? I want to calculate the unknown terms, okay, in the equations. So what are the unknown terms given in these two equations in that question? So that is I1 and I2. So for that I have to, for the unknown terms or unknown quantities, now I have to solve by the help of these determinants. So for that I have calculated del, and then after I have calculated del 1, and then after I have calculated del 2. Okay, for the solving of the unknown terms, that is I1 and I2. Okay, so for I1 I can write, now I want to solve for I1. So for I1 I can write that is del 1 divided by del. So what is the value of del 1? the value of del 1 is we have calculated, that is the value of del 1 is what, that is 1, and what is the value of del we have calculated, that is that the value of del is what, that is minus 11. Okay, so now the resultant will be what, that will be minus 1 by, so when I'm writing this again, that is 1 by minus 1 by 11. So this is the answer for I1. Okay, so one unknown quantities or one unknown parameter is solved now. I have to solve for the next unknown quantity that is given in these two equations. So for that I have to take then the value of del 2 and del. Okay, then I can write for the unknown quantity I2, that is I2 is equal to, I can write del 2 divided by del. Okay, so what is the value of del 2? Del 2 is nothing but, that is calculated as 5. Okay, and what is the value of del? The value of del is what, minus 11. Okay, so when I'm writing the value of del 2, the current unknown quantity I2 now, I can write I2 as minus 5 by 11. So I think now we have solved the following the given two equations. Okay, and now we are able to get the unknown quantities by the help of determinant method. Okay, so I have to solve then the next question. Okay, coming to the next question now. Now our next question is, what? The question is, solve the following three simultaneous equations by the use of determinants and Cramer's rule. Okay, so the equations are given as, that is I1 plus 3I2 plus 4I3 is equal to 14. Then the next equation is given as, that is I1 plus 2I2 plus I3, which is the value is 7. Then the next equation is, that is 2I1 plus I2 plus 2I3, the value will be that will be equal to 2. Okay, so these are the three unknown equations, or these are the three equations where three unknown quantities are there. Okay, now what is our aim? We have to solve these three equations by the help of determinant method, and by applying Cramer's rule I can find out the unknown quantities like I1, I2 and I3 from these three equations. Okay, or by the help of these three equations. So now coming to explain or coming to the solution. Okay, so coming to the solution of this question. Coming to the solution now. So here, as per the three equations, I can write the matrix equation. Previously also I was taking two unknown quantities, and there I have written the matrix equation there. In similar way, here three unknown quantities. So here a matrix will come for, or matrix formation will come for 3 by 3 matrix. So accordingly I can write the equation here, or matrix equation here. From the three equations I can write the matrix form of the equations. So according to the matrix form I can write now, that is in our first equation, what are the values with unknown quantities, that is I1 plus 3I2 plus 4I3 is equal to 14. So the coefficient are what, 1, 3, then 4. Okay, that is here, that is I1, I2, I3. Okay, then in our next equation, that is I1 plus 2I2 plus I3 is equal to 7. So what are the coefficient here? That is 1, 2 and 1. I am writing 1, 2 and 1, and here I am writing I2. Okay, then the value will be what, as per the equations. For first equation the value is 14, then for second equation the value is 7. Okay, then for third equation, the third equation is given as 2i1 plus i2 plus 2i3 is equal to 2. So what are the coefficient with unknown terms? That is 2, 1, 2. So I can write here 2, 1, 2, that is i1, i2, i3, and the value is here 2. Okay, so this is the matrix form of the above three equations. Okay, so now I want to solve the matrix by the help of determinant methods. Okay, so apply determinant method now. So for that, first I have to calculate the del value. Calculate the value of del. So for del I can write the determinant here. Okay, for del I can write the determinant here. So that is for del I can write that is 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, then 2, 1, 2. So this is the value for del, this is the determinant. So now I want to solve this determinant. Okay, so first I keep this and I'll multiply this and I'll take the difference. So I can write for 1, okay, for 1 I can write now, that will be for 1 into 4 minus 1 into 4 minus 1, 4 minus 1. Clear? Similarly again the next that is the next one is minus 1. Okay, for this I will write minus 1. Okay, for this I will write minus 1. So because after this I have to take minus up and the value is 1 here, so minus 1. So here I have to take the multiplication of what, these two and these two. Okay, and we'll take the difference. So that will be 3 into 2, that is 6. 3 into 2 that is 6 minus 4 into 1, that is 4. So 6 minus 4. Okay, then I have to write the next, that is what, 3 minus 1 minute. Then I have to write again, I am writing the values from the determinant. Okay, that is for del. So I can write here that is from the determinant I can write 1 minus whole into 4 minus 1, then minus 1 into 6 minus 4, then I can write plus, that is 2 into 3 minus 8. Okay, so when I am solving this, what will the value, that is 1 into 3, that is 3, then minus that is 6 minus, that is minus 2. Okay, then it will be what, 3 minus, that is 3 minus 8, that is minus 5. Okay, minus 5 into 2, that is minus what, 10. So that will be equal to 3 minus 12. Okay, that will be equal to minus 9. So the value of del will be what, the value of del will be as minus 9. Clear? Now I have to find out for del 1. Okay, so I have to write the del 1, then I will solve for del 1 by the help of determinant method. So when I am writing del 1, so for del 1 I can take, that is for the first column I have to take 14, 7 and 2, the known quantities, that is For the first column of del 1, I will change the first column of the previous determinant by 14, 7 and 2, that is 14, 7 and 2. Then the next two columns will be as it is, so that will be 3, 2 and 1. Okay, then it will be 4, 1 and 2. Okay, so this is determinant. Okay, this is not matrix, this is for determinant I have to solve. Okay, so I am writing the value of del 1 in the form of determinant. So when I want to solve this determinant, that is for del 1, I can write our that is 14, this one. So this one will be, this is the multiplication, and I will take the difference between these two. So 14 into 4 minus 1, clear. Then the next term, that is 7. So here I will take minus sign here, so minus 7. Then I have to take the multiplication of these two and these two, I will take the difference then. So when I am taking the multiplication of these two, that is 3 minus 2, okay, that is 6, 6 minus 4. So I can write 6 minus 4. Then I have to take for consider for the next one, that is plus the value will be 2 here. So again for this, okay, for this I can take the multiplication of these two and these two, then I'll take the difference. So that is 3 into 1 minus 2 into 4, so that will be 3 minus 8. So I can write 2 into 3 minus 8. So now after solving, I can write the value of del 1 will be what? The value of del 1 will become as 18. Okay. Similarly, now coming for calculation of del 2. Okay. So I am writing del 2 now. This is our del 2. Write this del 2 in form of determinant. So that is, now when I have to write the del 2, then I have to consider our del. Okay, and there I'll change the second column by 14, 7 and 2, and the remaining columns will be as it is. So for accordingly, I am changing the or I am writing the del 2. So that is 1, 1, 2. Then the next column is 14, 7 and 2. Then the next column is 4, 1 and 2. So this is our determinant. Clear? So now I will solve this determinant. So obviously first I have to write 1. Okay, then I will take the multiplication of these two and these two, and I will take the difference. So and I will multiply with this. So I can write that is 7 into 2, that is 14, and 2 into 1, that is 2. So I can write 1 into 14 minus 2. Okay, then the next term, that is 1. So for 1 I will take the multiplication of these two and these two, and I will take the difference. Okay, so I can write that is 14 into 2, that is 28. Then the next is 4 into 2, that is 8. So I can write that is minus 1. Okay, this term, that is minus 1 whole into 28 minus 8. Okay, then I'll calculate for this, that is 2 plus 2 whole into, I can write multiplication of these two and these two, and I'll take the difference. So what are the elements here? That is 14 into 1, that is 14, minus 7 into 4 or 4 into 7, that is 28. So I can write 14 minus 28. So this is the simplest form of del 2 for determinant calculation. Okay, so now the resultant of del 2 will be, so the resultant of del 2 will be, I can write del 2 as, after solving I can write del 2 as minus 36. Now let us solve for del 3. Okay, now let us solve for del 3. Okay, so for del 3 I will change the third column by the known quantities, that is 14, 7 and 2. So and the remaining term will be as it is, or remaining columns will be as it is. as for del. Okay, I'll consider del first, and I'll change the third column of del by 14, 7 and 2, and the remaining two columns will be as it is. So I can write that is 1, 1, 2, then that is 3, 2, 1, then the next one is 14, 7 and 2. So this is our determinant. So now I want to try to solve for del 3. Okay, this is my try for the solving of del 3. So I will consider this one first, that is 1, and I'll multiply these two and these two, and I'll take the difference. That will be what I can write 1 whole into, that is 2 into 2, that is 4, minus 1 into 7, that is 7. So I can write 4 minus 7. So then I will consider this. So here I will take the minus sign. So I can write minus 1, and whole into, I can write the multiplication of these two and these two, and I'll take the difference here. So I can write 3 into 2, that is 6. Then I can write or I can multiply 14 into 1, so that will be minus 14. So I'll take the difference between that. That is, I can write 6 minus 14, and I'll multiply with 6 minus 14. Then after I can write, okay, plus sign. So I am writing here plus sign. I am taking your plus sign. Then what is the element here? That is 2. So plus 2 whole into. So when I'll take this, so I'll consider this now. So here I'll multiply these two elements, then I'll multiply these two elements, then I'll take the difference between these two. Okay, so when I'll multiply, I can to take the value of 3 into 7, that is 21, and when I'm multiplying 14 into 2, that is 28. So I can write there 21 minus 28. Okay, so this is the value for del 3. So after calculating, I can write the value of del 3 now. So the value of del 3 will become as minus 9. Okay, the value of del 3 will become as minus 9. Clear? So now we have calculated the value of del, then I have calculated del 1, then I have calculated for del 2, then I have calculated for del 3. Okay, and after calculating this term, these four terms, then that is del 1, del 2 and del 3, then by applying Cramer's rule, I can solve the unknown quantities, or I can solve for the unknown quantities from these three equations. So when I am writing or when I am applying Cramer's rule now, so according to Cramer's rule, so according to our Cramer's rule, according that is according to our Cramer's rule, according to Cramer's rule. Now I can write, that is I1 is what? I can write for I1 now. So for I1 I can write, that is, see the unknown quantity here. So for I1 I can write, that is 18 by 9. Okay, so because the value of del 1 is coming as 18 and the value of del is coming as minus 9. So when I have to write for I1, I can write, that is del 1 by del. So what is the value of del 1? That is 18, and what is the value for del? We have calculated the value of del as minus 9. So I can write I1 as, so I can write our I1, which is the first unknown, is what? Minus 18 by 9, that is minus 2. Okay, and obviously the unit, as the I1 is nothing but that is a unknown current quantity. Okay, so I can write the unit as minus 2 ampere. So I can write I1 as minus 2 ampere. Now I want to solve for our current I2, which is the next unknown term. Okay, so I can write I2 as, that is del 2, that is del 2 divided by del. So for what is the value of del 2? We have calculated del 2 as minus 36. So I can write minus 36, okay, then divided by our del as what? Del as minus 9. So it will become 36 by 9. So here it will be the, again here when I am calculating the value of I2, I have to take here minus sign also, that is minus of del 2 by del 1. When I have to write for I2, I can write that is I2 is equal to minus of del 2 by del. So here that is I can write that is minus of 36, this will be cancelled. So I can write that is 4. So it will come as minus 4 ampere. So I can write I2 as minus 4 ampere. Okay, similarly for next current, unknown current, that is I3, I can take our I3 as, okay, for I3 I can take that is del 3 divided by del. So what is the value for del 3? The value of del 3 is minus 9. Also the value of del is what? The value of del 3 is also, that is also minus 9. Okay, so this will become 1. So what is the unit of current? So 1 ampere I can write. So now applying by the help of determinant method and applying Cramer's rule, I am able to solve the unknown quantities of or unknown current quantities, which are currents I1, I2 and I3. Their values are minus 2 ampere and minus 4 ampere, and that is 1 ampere respectively. So this was our second question. Now coming to our next question, I will solve another question. That is our next question. I can write the next question, I can show you the next question now. So this is our next question. Okay, see this question, that is the question is given as determine the currents in the unbalanced bridge circuit which is given here. Okay, this is our bridge circuit. Okay, here we have to determine the currents in the unbalanced or in this bridge, or this is unbalanced bridge circuit, where we have to find out the currents, okay, from this circuit. Also determine the potential difference across BD, okay, between B and D. This is our B and this is our D. So between these points B and D, we have to find out the potential difference also, and then we have to find out the resistance between B and D, between these two terminals. What is the resistance? Okay, that thing also we have to find out. Okay, so now let us consider this figure and let us writing our equations assuming current directions, okay, as per our figure given. Okay, as per our figure here, the direction of the current is already shown, okay, in the figure. So assume the current directions, okay, as shown in our figure. So accordingly, by applying Kirchhoff's second law, which is that is KVL. Which one is your Kirchhoff's second law? That is Kirchhoff's second law is your KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. So by applying Kirchhoff's voltage law or Kirchhoff's second law in the circuit DACD, we can get here, okay, or we can write the equations here. That is I am writing the equations by applying Kirchhoff's voltage law to this network, to this unbalanced bridge circuit. So I am writing the equations now by applying Kirchhoff's voltage law, that is minus x minus 4z plus, I am doing the solution for this equation, this question, by applying the Kirchhoff's voltage law to the circuit DACD. I am applying the Kirchhoff's voltage law to the circuit DACD. Again I am telling here, bringing the figure here. So I am applying the Kirchhoff's second law to first, that is DACD. Okay, so for this I have to write the equation. So I can write the equation now, that is minus x, then minus 4z plus 2y is equal to 0. Okay. Then we can write this as, I can write this equation as x minus 2y minus 2y. I am arranging the equation, okay, in a sequence. X minus 2y plus 4z is equal to 0. Yes or no? Can I write this? Yes. So this is our equation 1. Then we have to, again I am bringing that figure. Then apply Kirchhoff's second law to ABCA. Apply Kirchhoff's second law to ABCA. Okay, here I have to apply. So by applying Kirchhoff's second law to this ABCA, I can write the equation, next equation, that is minus 2 by applying KVL to circuit ABCA I am writing. Okay, so I can write minus 2 whole into x minus z plus 3 into y plus z, okay, plus 4z. So that will be equal to 0. Okay, so after simplifying I can write that is 2x. Simplifying the equation, I can write 2x minus 3y minus 9z is equal to 0. Can I write this? Yes. Okay, yes, we can write it. Okay, so then again we have to consider the figure, okay, for our next equation. Okay, consider the figure again. So here consider, that is what I am telling, we have to consider for next equation, we have to consider DABED. Then where is DABED? Okay, DABED. Okay, then here we can write the equation now. So now I want to write the equation by applying KVL, by applying KVL, okay, by applying KVL to the circuit, that is DABED. I can write here, that is what can I write? I can write here, that is minus x minus 2x into minus 2x minus z. Okay, then again I am writing minus 2, that is x plus y. Okay, x plus y I am writing here. Again what can I write? Then plus 2, okay, is equal to 0. So after simplifying I can write the equation, that is 5x plus 2y minus 2z is equal to 0. So this is our equation 3. So now we got 3 unknown equations, okay, from the unbalanced bridge, okay, unbalanced bridge circuit. Okay, by applying KVL there we got 3 unknown equations. Okay, so now our aim is what? I am trying to solve these equations now for the unknown terms. Okay, so again here I am applying the determinant method for the solving of the equation. Okay, so I am applying the determinant method here. So as what are the equations already we have written. So now I am writing the matrix equation from these unknown terms or unknown equations. So from these three unknown equations I can write the matrix equation as 1 minus 2 4, then 2 minus 3 minus 9, then 5 2 minus 2. Okay, clear? So this is your matrix. It will be multiplied with the unknown terms x, y and z. So again the value will be what? After multiplication the value will be 0, 0 and 2. Okay, so this is our matrix form of the calculated unknown three equations. From the unknown three equations now we have written the matrix form of the unknown three equations. Okay, so now I want to solve the equations by the help of or from the matrix equation or from the matrix form. I will solve the I will solve it for the unknown terms or unknown quantities by the help of determinant method. So for that I have to calculate del. So when I will calculate del by the help of determinant method. Now I am trying to solving the unknown quantities. So I am writing del here. So what is del? So del will be in form of determinant. I can write 1 minus 2 4 and 2 minus 3 minus 9. Okay, then 5 2. Okay, and minus 2. I will consider the matrix unknown matrix coefficients as it is. Okay, for calculation of del. Okay, so this is our. So now when I am trying to solve it, okay, again I am writing here. I'll keep the del value, then it will be better for you. So when I am writing del, I can write 1 minus 2 4, then 2 minus 3 minus 9, then 5 2 minus 2. Okay, so when I will solve it, I can write 1. Then for the multiplication I will multiply these two and take the difference. So when I will multiply minus 2 into minus 2, that will be plus 4, and that will be when I will multiply 4 into 2, that will be 8. So I can write sorry, again I am telling here, that is 1, then that is minus 3 into minus 2, that will be, this is minus 3 into minus 2, so that will be 6. Okay, and when I am multiplying our what minus 9 into 2, that will be what, minus 18. So minus 18 will be what? So I am writing here 6 minus 18, that is plus 18. Okay, clear? Then I am coming to calculate for this, that is here I can write this is minus 2. Okay, then when I'll take the I'll take this, then I'll multiply these two and I'll take the difference. So when I multiply minus 2 into minus 2, that will be 4, and when I'll multiply 4 into 2, that will be 8. So I can write 4 minus 8. So again come to the calculation for this. So when I'm taking this, so I'll multiply these two and these two, and I'll take the difference. So when I'm multiplying minus 2 and minus 9, that will be 18 plus 18, and again when I'm taking the multiplication of 4 and 3 minus 3, that will be minus 12, and when I'm writing, that is plus 5 into, that is 18 minus of minus 12, that will be plus 12 again. So when after solving, I can write the value of del as, so the value of del can be written as 182. So again now I want to solve for what, del 1 now. So again I am trying to solve for del 1, because I'll solve del 1, then del 2, then del 3. del already we have solved, so or we have calculated the value of del. So after calculating del 1, del 2 and del 3, we can solve the unknown quantities. So for del 1, I will replace the first column by 0, 0, 2. Okay. So now I am calculating for del 1. So for del 1 I can replace the first column, that is 0, 0, 2. Then the remaining two columns will be as it is, minus 2, minus 3 and 2. Similarly 4 and minus 9, and the next term is minus 2. Okay. So this is our 4. Okay. So when I am taking solving this in the form of determinant, so I can write the first term will be the first term of this is what, 0. So it will be, I can take directly 0. Okay, because it will be multiplied with this and this or this, so it will be 0. Then come to the second, that is here, this is also 0. So when I'll take this, it will be multiplied this and difference, so it will be, and it will be multiplied with, so 0, so it will be 0. Then consider the next, that is 2. So I can write here 2. So 2 and the difference is what, I will multiply these two, then I'll multiply these two and I'll take the difference. So when I'll multiply it, I am multiplying, that is minus 2 into minus 9, that is what, 18 plus 18. Then 4 into minus 3, that is minus 12. So I can write 18 minus 12, that will be plus 12. So after solving, I can find the value of del 1 as what, that is 60. Clear? Now come to the calculation for del 2. So when I'll try to calculate for del 2, then I'll change the second column by 0, 0, 2. Okay. Consider del, and they are changed the second column by 0, 0, 2. So here I can write for del 2, that is 1, 2, 5, and I am changing the second column here 0, 0 and 2, then 4, minus 9 and minus 2. Clear? So from this I will calculate the determinants of that is for del 2. So when I'll calculate del 2, I think I don't want to waste my time now. I think already I have solved the determinants so many times. So you can solve yourself directly. Okay, for del 2, and after solving del 2, for the value of del 2, I am writing here directly the value of del 2 will become as that is 3, 4, that is 34. Similarly, when I'll solve for del 3, okay, when I'll solve for del 3, I can write, I'll consider the del, and there I'll change the third column of the del by 0, 0, 2. Okay, so I can write 1, 2 and 5. Then I can write minus 2, minus 3 and 2. Then 0, 0 and 2. Okay, so this is our form after changing the third column. So when I'll solve for del 3, okay, then I can write del 3 as what, the value will be as 2. So now I think we have solved for del 1, del 2 and del 3, and the values are 182, then 60 and 34 and 2 respectively. Okay, so now we are trying to solve the unknown quantities by Cramer's rule. So apply Cramer's rule now by applying Cramer's rule now. Okay, so I can write x as what, our del 1 by del. So I can write, that is when I am writing x, okay, or x, that is our first unknown. So that will be in the place of del I have to put 182, and in the place of del 1 I will put 60, so I can write 60 by 182. Okay, so the value will be come as, that is, it will be come as, that is 30 by 91, and the unit is what, as this is a current, so the unit will be ampere, so x will be 30 by 91 ampere. Similarly, when I am trying to solve for what, y, I can write, that is for y I can write, for del 2 I have to take 34 by y as 34 by, that is del 2 34 by 182. Okay, so it will become 17 by 91 ampere. Okay, then I have to solve for z. So what is the value of for z? I can write, that is del 3 by del. So what is the value of del 3? That is 2. Then the value of the del is what, 182. So 2 by 182, that is 1 by 91 ampere. So here I can write the value of z as what, 1 by 91 ampere. Okay, so I think now we have solved the unknown quantities in the network or in the bridge circuit. Okay, as per the given bridge circuit, from there the unknown terms were x, y and z. Now we have solved the x, y, z, and the value of x as the value of x, y, z are 30 by 91 ampere, 17 by 91 ampere and 1 by 91 ampere respectively. I think I have to stop here. Okay, you can take this question as your homework. Okay, you can take this question as your homework and you can solve yourself. Okay, by applying Kirchhoff's laws. Okay, so I think I have to stop here now. Thank you very much.